Va salute. This is Troy Pacelli of Last Call, and I'm just here to let you know that the following live stream is rated R for adult language, highly inappropriate jokes, and oh, who the are we kidding? We have no idea what is going to come out of Gorilla's mouth. Viewer discretion is advised.
Talk star, politics and pop culture straight from the heart. From the good old days to what's breaking today, we debate it all, we don't run away. Now Twitter fingers throwing shots all night. Now Facebook wars, I forget what's right. We speak our minds, yeah, we say it out loud. Throw a little shade, but we keep it proud. Welcome to the SIlverack LOunge, where the real ones talk and the truth goes round. Chat stays lit and the sun stays strong. But it's all love when we're ending it. Pull up a seat, come bounce at the SIlverack LOunge. 1 minute policy, next minute memes. Back to the 90s and hoop dreams. Hot takes flying but respects the code. We build it up while the jokes get bold. Yeah, we might toss an insult or two, but if you laugh with us, we laugh with you. Welcome to the SIlverack LOunge, where the hot days live and the thoughts profound. Best chat on the net and we say it proud, even when nobody stays on topic loud. Politics, culture, past and present announced. Tune in, turn it up, come bounce at the SIlverack LOunge.
And hello, everyone, and welcome to another SIlverack LOunge. Tonight's an open topic, but I thought we could go through a few different points on what used to make TV great there. And before I go any further here, what the heck happened to my scrolling here? So I'll have to
Eugene Bird, you're the king. Super chats making our heart sing. Lighting the lounge, keeping it free. You're the sugar daddy of Gorilla. Thank you, Eugene, you're the best. Better than all the rest. With every puff we raise a cheer. Eugene Bird, our hero here.
And I don't know if Old Man Bird is censoring himself or if YouTube's censoring him, but he goes, "Fuck yeah, Silverbacks!" Yeah, thank you very much, Eugene. Thank you very much. Thank you. And before I say hello to the rest of the chat, I want to say I'm working on it right now, or well, I'll be working on it here the next day or so. But I'm gonna have a new channel coming. I'm gonna branch off from this channel. This channel is gonna be for our politics, pop culture, whatever random shit comes into my mind, music and stuff. But I'm gonna make a secondary channel there of just cooking, like my food review shorts, my drink shorts, and I'll even start especially if I can get the 50 subs there relatively quickly. I will be doing the cooking with Gorilla there, where you'll see how I prep some of the gourmet slop that I make there. So it's gonna be real basic there. Like last night, I was just skewering there. I showed what stuff I was sitting there marinating with and stuff. So it's Caribbean jerk chicken there, or Jamaican jerk chicken. So, but I think with that new channel there, we'll make a bunch there Oh, apparently I sound like a muff diver here. Is this better, Scurvy?
You sound fine to me.
Oh, Scurvy says I sound like a muff diver.
You sound
Weird.
like you have a broken microphone again.
Oh,
That's bizarre because it sounds fine on my end here. Weird.
alrighty. We'll do this deal. I'll be right back. I have to go get a cord.
Okie
Let's
dokie.
go say hello and say hi to Scurvy. And welcome to lovely Sherry. And I see we have Kevin in there also.
Yeah, hello, Kevin, and
Hi, Kevin.
hello, the Trek Reviewer.
Hi, guys.
Hey, PvP.
Hey there, Dan.
Yeah, and to go off of what Gorilla was saying earlier, it is likely he will start a new channel. More than likely, it's this sort of stuff that will be moving to the new channel, and this channel will be rebranded to the food stuff since this channel is already monetized.
Ah, interesting.
And happy St. Patty's Day to you, Curtis.
Hey, Curtis.
Hey, Curtis.
Do you guys have St. Patty's Day up there, PvP, or is it just us in the U.S. and Ireland that does that?
I'm pretty sure we probably have it too. Yeah, I think we got it.
Alrighty. So,
Sure.
does this sound better,
Nice.
or do I have to
You're
change my mic?
sounding a lot better.
It sounds
All
better.
right.
Yeah, you sound
There we go.
okay.
Yeah.
And we got another
everybody's-
super chat.
You're louder now.
Shoot, I can't scroll up, so I'll to play the other song I got for Eugene here
I'll
because
get it. Holy shit.
I can get the original one or the original one, but not the secondary one. Oh, just oops.
Oh.
Eugene Bird, you're the king. Super chats making our stars sing. Lighting the lounge, keeping it green. You're the sugar daddy of Gorilla. Thank you, Eugene, you're the best. Better than all the rest. With every puff we raise a cheer. Eugene Bird, our hero here. Ah.
Yeah, thank you again. Thank you very much. Eugene says you can call it Eat My Shorts. Well, actually, I was thinking of calling the channel Cooking with Gorilla, or when Gorilla Eats sound better.
How about gorilla cooking?
Well, that'd be the same as Cooking with Gorilla.
But you could you could spell it the other way. There's another way to spell gorilla, if you know what I'm saying.
No, I do not know what you're saying.
Like guerrilla warfare, guerrilla combat,
No.
guerrilla cooking. You see what I'm kind of getting at there?
Sure, we'll just roll that.
Or call us on the Silver Pan Gorilla Cooking channel.
Yeah.
Oh, Gorilla's grilling.
Yeah, but if
That's
I'm not
a good
always grilling because like I got like I'll be like pretty soon here I'm gonna be getting a duck and all that, but I'm gonna be making like the dumplings to go with it. I gotta go get a duck though. So but I think I'll wait once I get the chat's coming in. The girl's natural gas to cook it. Oh, that's a good one there, old man bird. How about gorilla pies? LOL. Gorilla grilling. I do like the gorilla grilling, but I don't want to be. If I call it gorilla grilling, then people are just gonna expect me to be grilling all the time, and the pellets can get spendy if I'm gonna be grilling every meal. But like I got all kinds of different foods I make, like chilies and stuff, or a chili. It's my mama's recipe. And also I want to do baking, like I'm starting. Like I found a halfway decent biscuits recipe, but I'm gonna try some different. I'm gonna try different biscuit recipes. I'm gonna try, and I found a good I had a good brownies recipe, and also I started making my own Chinese food. So
Wow.
And Gorilla, tell me, if you start your new channel, will you take requests to satisfy your patrons and your subscribers, saying, "Hey, I'll give you $25 if you make this dish for me live."
oh, $25. I'll make any damn food you want. But I'm not gonna be. But like when I was doing like those food shorts and all that they're without LDG wanted me to put fucking mustard on fucking watermelon. No, fuck you. If you want me to do that, that's good. That's a super. The only one that can get me to even think of doing that request there is Old Man Bird because he's earned it.
Wow.
So far,
That's
that's a super chat food right there.
That's a good name, Trek Reviewer.
Yeah.
Gorilla burns everything.
That's diabolical.
Hey, I don't burn food that much. That's not the reason I threw out the fucking smoke detector.
I got another name for you, Gorilla. The Gorilla Gourmet, but it's a little too highfalutin, I suppose, right?
Well, if anything, it'd be Gorilla's Gourmet Slop.
Well, that would be good. Sure, why not?
Yeah. Scurvy says Gorilla's cooks. The J of cooking Gorilla. The joy of cooking Gorilla. Okay, how about Gorilla burns everything? It works with both food and jokes. No, that then I can also do all the different spices and all that because I got one spice I put out all my fish and stuff too. I still do got lemon pepper, but I don't use it there. I more use the stuff called the usual.
Gorilla, tell me, since you live with the state of 1,000 lakes, if that is true, do you guys have a pretty decent fishing culture up there on how to cook fish and all that? Though you can start cooking fish a lot for your show.
Well, first of all, I do go fishing quite a bit, but that you can easily get to 10,000 lakes there when you count the little fucking pond that I could jump across that's on the side of the highway on fucking lake.
So, Gorilla, are they counting like puddles after a rainstorm as the lakes as well? Then?
Oh, fuck! Oh, when I wouldn't put it past CDR. Here, I'll pull something up here for you. If let's see, what's that website?
Gorilla cooks with special co-host Lemon Pie Citrus. When he does the rebrand Lemon Pie, we'll definitely have to have you up here as a special guest.
Does he have all the tools needed to talk with Gorilla or not?
Yeah, I've never seen Lemon on a panel yet.
All right, so I'm just going to pick a random county and no, this isn't the county I live in. Let's see, we're going to get lake data. Okay, let's see, let's look at Arnold's Lake. Where the heck? Okay, pretty decent sized lake, 48 acres. The acres there, but there's no fish in it. You count that as a lake. It's real fucking small.
How can it have no fish? Like that's
because
weird.
it's that small. It's that small.
Okay.
Okay, here's another lake.
The lake with no name.
Yeah, no lake, but it's counted as a lake. It doesn't even tell you how big it is. It doesn't even decide even on the fucking map. Telekin Pond. This Telekin Pond is branched off. Water. They're counting this as a fucking lake, even though it's branched off the bigger Telkit Lake.
Huh.
And this right here, right over in this area here, they got a nice dam. This area right in here, really good fishing.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, there's really good fish in there. I fish right off the dam occasionally. Let's see. Shopper Rush. Okay, that's a little bit bigger lake. Okay, it has one fish species that they know of in the lake. That's a largemouth bass. But the lake is only 13 acres.
Hmm.
So it's easy to, when you do shit like that. This here is just a little this wolf. It's just a little fucking pond. You miss it driving right past it.
Jeez.
There. But when you count shit like that as lakes, it's easy to get to that 10,000 fucking number. Real fucking easy.
So I'm guessing that the 10,000 lakes thing is almost more of a tourist promotional thing than actually reality in a way.
Yeah. Yeah, they just need a name. Like, when you count shit like that, because we got like 15,000 or 1,000 some lakes they consider in Minnesota there.
Holy crap.
But only like 5,000 of them are even fishable. And even that fishable part is a fucking stretch.
Right. Okay. Well, actually, thanks for the information. I got learning tonight. I learned something.
Hey, I got one. There's one lake there. It's just northeast of me there. It's one large lake, but they got it divided into like 8 different sections with ponds and sloughs and shit.
Weird.
Let's see, Gorilla Gourmand. Gorilla probably would pronounce it gourmet. Funny.
Well, that is
gourmet.
Gourmet would be the correct pronunciation.
Gorilla cooks with co-host.
You called that right.
We used to have a show up here. We used to have a show in Canada called The Galloping Gourmet, and he had a TV show on every afternoon, and he was actually a very good cook, but he was also kind of a comedian because he would tell a lot of jokes while he was cooking, and he'd always break out a bottle of wine in the show, and so he got into the wine while he was cooking, and then he had a live audience, and at the end of the show, after he finished cooking the food, he'd invite a guest member up to the table to share the meal with him, and it was actually a very entertaining show that went on for quite a few years.
Hey, until he starts cussing and swearing and calling a slop and throwing the food on the floor there like Ramsay.
Yeah, he never got quite that hammered. No.
no, but until he gets to the Gordon Ramsay level there, it ain't funny.
Well, yeah, Gordon Ramsay's a whole different ball game for sure.
Gorilla, how far are you willing to travel to do your fishing?
I've gone all the way up to Cedar Lake.
You ain't going to Lake Shasta.
I went up to Cedar Lake in Canada to fish.
Did you have your passport?
Didn't need one.
That was back in the good old days, was it?
Yeah, I think it was. Now, this was post 9/11, but pre-asshole entry level.
Yeah, because after we used to enter the U.S. I went down there numerous times for a holiday with my parents and stuff and my buddies, and all we needed was a birth certificate to show to the border guards back before 9/11 happened, right? And then of course it all changed after that.
Yeah. What?
Which kind of sucks, but I understand why. Why it had to change.
Well, anyhow, the topic tonight I thought would be like, we'll start with what made TV great. Like whenever we're talking, we always go back to the good old days, like the good old days of Trek. We talk about a lot of shows in the 80s and the 90s and all that. So I come down to like 4 or 5 points on what used to make TV great. The first one is the stories. Like how many of the times like this, like a lot of shows they get a bad rap. They had great writing, but they didn't have the same level or the same looks and stuff that we have nowadays. Days there, so we get but we can have some look at like a Pale Moonlight that was brilliantly written, even for dark there. But like we go to Star Trek for like the we look forward to like a bright, optimistic future there. Even that for in the some of the darkest moments up to that point, the darkest moments there, we still had good stories to tell. We still had like the hope for the future, you know. And yeah, they used to be able to show, not tell. Nowadays, it seems like you got to have the Mary Sue's. Well, someone's always fucking crying, you know. People thinking that in order to show your emotions, you gotta fucking scream to the high winds. No, the screaming the high winds is like something that you save for the last resort. There, not something. Holy shit!
Well, screaming and crying seems to be the big thing in modern audience TV.
Oh shit! Germ, can you play a couple of these songs here? There should be 2 super chat.
Well, damn, Lemon.
Well, here, let me refresh. I'll come back and play the songs. I'm gonna refresh it.
I will see what I can do.
Well, Lemon, since you did a huge donation, what do you want Gorilla to cook for you?
Thank you for the super chat. You're making dreams come true. Your kindness lifts us higher. We're so grateful for you. Every little sparkle, every gift you send fuels the joy and laughter. You're the best, my friend. Thank you for the super chat. You're making dreams come true. Your kindness lifts us higher. We're so grateful for you. Every little sparkle, every gift you send fuels the joy and laughter. You're the best, my friend. Thank you. Thank you for the super chat. It's shining like a star. Your kindness fuels this journey, no matter where we are. Through the void of space, your light keeps us on track. With every bit of support, there's no turning back.
Thank you very much for that, Scurvy. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'm gonna have to get Scurvy his own song here, but thank you very much. That's very generous, just for being a girl. Well, thank you very much. That means a lot, both a lot there, you guys. Thank you very much,
Yeah.
both you and Eugene.
Very impressive donation there to Gorilla Lemon. Very good stuff.
Yeah, he might actually get a check this month.
Yeah, maybe. Actually, that's what. Oh, I think this will go towards April because I should be getting a check here in 4 days for last month. Thank you very much. Thank you. Hey, fuck yeah, Scurvy. Fuck yeah. I think I missed 2 chats here. I had money on him saying gourmet. LOL. Well, there you go. I said gourmet for you. It kept saying, hey. Did I hit the wrong button? Oh, crud. Just kidding. Just kidding. Well, I don't know how to do refunds there, except I'd have to send it back to you through PayPal or Cash App. And thank you. Hello, and thanks so much, Scurvy. Yeah, thank you very much. More than triple bird says old man bird. Oh, now I'll go around the panel here because we're talking about the well, you're gonna be seeing a new chair here come Thursday, but no, we'll start with Germ. what qualities do you look for in like storytelling and stuff versus what we get nowadays?
More than anything, coherent writing.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
Well, for Star Trek as an example, the story would always flow from beginning to end, logical steps, but a pale moonlight. He had a goal, he went for the goal, things happened, there were reactions, and we moved on. Compared that to the shit we just got off of Starfleet Academy, it was emotions, crazy man for no apparent reason, and complete, utter, ridiculous, galaxy spanning threat from a 2-bit pirate for. He's just mad. He got locked up.
Well, look at the like in the new Star Trek, that Strange New World. That was not the Federation we grew up on. On there, they would they may have locked it, put him on a penal colony there, but there's no way they will have punished the mother. They will have helped that mother out, versus locking her away. There, and
The story in no way, shape, or form makes sense. In any logical step, it's just emotion, counter emotion, more emotion.
yeah. Well, now I lost my train of thought. PvP. What qualities do you look for in the storytelling?
Well, I'm going to pick up on some of Germ's threads of thought there. Consistent writing is a must-have. Also, imaginative writing, imagination. Writers that are not afraid to occasionally go a bit out on a limb to explore something that might not pop into the mind of the audience, offhand. So I kind of enjoy it when writers can surprise me with something, because good writers can do that, right?
Yeah. So you're saying like take the risk. Like we don't have the people that takes the risk.
Take the risk. Like, well, to go back to Star Trek, the original series, as an example. I mean, we're talking a show that started in 1966. We're talking a show that was happening during the height of the Cold War. When I remember as a kid, we used to get that, 2 minutes to midnight clock, the doomsday clock, as they used to call it back then, right? And, the world was, we had the war in Vietnam, a lot of shit going on. But Star Trek kind of made you feel hopeful. And when you watched an episode, made you feel good about being alive, right? Positive.
Yeah.
And to think about it, you got a black woman in communications, an incredibly important role, a black lady. Then we get Chekhov in season 2. I mean, a Russian navigator on the starship at the height of the Cold War. I mean, think about that, guys. Like, talk about taking chances and going on a limb. Roddenberry was not afraid to do that. So, that's probably a big point. So imaginative writing, consistent writing, logical writing, as Jerm mentioned, logical characters that make sense, like the Enterprise crew did. And it was basically it was a military vessel, even though it was exploration, but they were based on a military hierarchy on the crew of the Enterprise, and on the bridge they acted like it. There was a chain of command. Everybody on the bridge understood that. Everybody on the bridge respected that. And that's another consistent point to that show. And I could go back to shows even in the 1950s that had those qualities, which I really love. Like some of the old 50s westerns. If you never watched some of those, there's some very, very good writing there. In fact, one of my favorites, Have Gun Will Travel. Roddenberry actually was one of his early writing stints, because he wrote, I think, about, 10, 20 storylines for that show, which ran for 5 seasons because it was extremely popular. And back then, they would do up to 39 episodes a season, 39 episodes a season. Think about that. now they think they're doing something impressive if they crank out 10.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, they used to work their butts off, and that's another thing I respect about these creators back then. They would work hard to bring quality to the screen.
Yeah. And Cynthia, what's your qualities you look for in writing?
Well, PvP and Germ covered most of the story elements, and well, at the very least, a decent story. And I have seen this TV show For All Mankind and the Foundation. I found those TV shows very boring. So decently paced episodes, not melodramatic, all about soap opera feeling bullshit like those shows usually do. Whenever I watch an episode of those, I just fast forward through most of the episodes. Like, okay, go on, skip. What do you? Just get to the point, please.
Well, for All Mankind wasn't too badly. I haven't gotten past season one yet. That's something it's on my watch list there. But also, when you have those 22 to 37 episode TV shows, you can have a couple bad episodes in the season, and the fans can forgive you. Now with these 10 episode, and they're complete arcs. Nothing's episodic, so if you miss an episode, all of a sudden you could be lost in a lot of stuff there. But when you got 22 episodes and it's episodic, not only can you miss one, you can go back to your favorites and stuff there. Or if you say you're like, I was gone for 2 weeks, it's not like I'm missing missing much there. But also, you do not have that wiggle room to have a bad episode. You maybe be able to get one bad episode, but you will not be able to any more than that. Then you're just going to have the people sitting there yelling at you.
Well, and a few others. You need good characters that you want to root for, and some good villains you want to love to hate or hate to love.
Well, we'll get to characters of that. We'll get to characters there. But no, I was just like, you're in the stories there. Nothing like in track there. You also need those breather episodes. You can't just have back to back action. We had those breather episodes in there. They even had breather episodes during the Dominion War. The only one that really didn't have much for breather episodes, unless Jeremy, you can correct me, was season 4 of Babylon 5. But that's just because Michael J. Jerlinski there was trying to. He had to sit there and conclude a bunch of plot points there because they thought the show was getting canceled there. He thought he had 5 seasons, but then the exec said, nope, we're only giving you 4. So he had to sit there and cram a bunch of shit in to conclude a couple story arcs there. Then everybody kind of liked that, but then he's like, oh, they said, oh, we'll give you a 5th season. Fuck.
And then he's like, what the hell do I do now since I used all my ideas up?
well, no. He originally, German, correct me if I'm wrong. He planned out 5 seasons. He had everything ready to go. Outs written for all the characters in that they're getting about like that. The one who played the first guy in season 1, not Sheridan. I can't think of his name. But he started having really Sinclair there. He was starting to have really bad schizophrenic episodes there. He told him, I can't do it anymore. So he wrote it out of that. But when they told him he's only getting 4 seasons instead of the original 5 that he was promised, he suddenly had to cut a bunch of stuff and cram in a bunch of stuff to conclude the United Earth Civil War there. They had to conclude the Shadow War. They had to wrap all this stuff there. And hey, booger. But yet, but then they started getting really huge numbers for it. They're like, we're going to give you a 5th season. And he's like, shit, what am I supposed to do? But anyhow, I'm going to catch up on chat.
Go
ahead.
Merger with Turner and AOL originally slated it to get canceled, but then AOL
Okay.
decided that you're okay. You get your 5th season.
Okay.
That merger
Gotcha.
with AOL kind of screwed over everything that Warner was doing, from WCW to Babylon 5. Is a miracle they didn't lose several networks with that. Because AOL had no idea whatsoever how to run an entertainment oriented business.
Yeah. Let's see. Bird, I'm sure you've given way more overall. But everybody that I've seen here so far has been good, very good supporters of the channel. It encourages us just to keep doing this. Even if you can't super chat, just seeing you in the chat encourages us. And let's see, Short Skirts, Elizabeth Montgomery, Beaver. I'll leave it to it. Ellie Mae Camplet. Let's see, good shows have relatable characters, good writing, and good visuals. Yeah, well, that likable is more than relatable. Well, relatable could be good, but also likable, and plus, if you can't relate to them, you're not gonna like them anyhow. So, but
and the reverse also, if you don't like them, you're not going to relate to them. The reverse is true as well, right, Gorilla?
Yeah. And hey, Booger.
Hey, Booger.
Yeah.
Booger.
No, but all right. The next thing that is just as important as your storytelling is don't attack the fan base, or it's kind of falls in the line of don't touch our fucking boats. There, I automatically almost makes me not want to watch a show when they come out, when they say before the show even comes out. There is anybody who doesn't like this is a homophobe, or anybody who doesn't like this is a racist. Fuck you, because I personally don't attack the race of the people or the sex of the people. Like, I may have complained that on Star Trek Academy there are so many damn gay and lesbian couples or hookups and all that other stuff.
All of them.
I'm not. Well, no, there's a couple of straight ones, but
is there one
thruples.
One straight white male on that show? I don't remember that.
Not a single one.
Well,
wait, is there a white male on the show?
Well, that's what I'm
He's a
saying.
hologram.
But if there was a white male on the show, it'd be a 99% chance he would be gay, right?
And I'm not against lesbian couples in a TV show. Just look at my hub search. But anyhow.
Oh my god.
Okay. No, thanks for sharing.
Took you guys a couple there. I think it's funny. It took you guys a second to process what I just said.
Oh, God. That's like a clippable moment to me.
Well, Bella, tell me, did you watch the lesbians that love to put strap-ons to have fun?
Oh my God!
Don't make me get dispenser buttons.
We're going a long ways off of talking about TV. What's good about TV on here?
Well, compared to some of the TV shows out today, porn is more entertaining.
Well, I mean, if you wanted to pick a topic like what's good about the internet, then we could maybe discuss the porn thing. But but we're talking TV. I thought so.
Lemon will make sure he buys something real weird so he can review it just for you.
Oh boy!
Hey, next time I go out to Sioux Falls, I'll pick up some grass soda. But now I forgot even which topic we're at.
Fan bases.
Oh yeah.
Hating fans.
But part of the problem also is, like, before the trailers come out, people are already shitting on the show there before they even see anything about it too. Or you got people who all they do is that. I think if we review like way we do the revolts, it's there. We do mention a lot of stuff that we didn't like, but we also mention the stuff we do like, and if all you're doing is saying all this negative stuff there, the people, if they actually watch some of the stuff to try to figure out where they stand on it, they're not gonna change their writing and all that other stuff. They're they're just gonna shit on anyhow, so let's just write whatever the fuck we want, instead of trying to make something like that they would that people trying to change it to stuff that people would actually praise and watch on. Okay, I like this aspect of the show, but I hate this part. Okay, so we're listening to that. Let's drop that out.
You're giving these writers too much credit.
Well, I'm pretty sure they listen to credit.
Talented.
Well, and Gorilla, and the YouTubers that do that, they know. Well, in the back of their minds, they know that you're right to your point, but they also know that hate sells on YouTube. It does, so that's why they do it.
Just about hate selling. Hate does sell, but they are revealing so much in these trailers, and these trailers are so poorly done that there is only one conclusion to be made from all the stuff that they put out. For Starfleet Academy, everything they put out to try to make you want to watch it, absolute trash.
Well,
how are they can't say, oh, you're just hating on it to hate it, when they put out absolute trash for the trailer.
Another thing is too, when even before the show airs, there's no reason for the producers and the writers to even watch. They should not even be watching YouTube. They should be there working on the show. Like, forget YouTube. They should not be basing their opinions and their thoughts on what people are saying on YouTube, because people say all kinds of crap on here. So they should just tune out the tube, concentrate on making the best show you can make. And the worst mistake you could make is attacking the fan base, because once you say we're racists and homophobes and this and that and sexist pigs or whatever, do you think we're going to watch your show after you call us bad names like that? Probably not.
No, bye-bye. See you later.
But PvP, that'd be called that would be a market research that they're what they're doing. It's seeing that, like, or putting probes out there to see what people want there.
No.
They used to do focus groups all the time.
Yeah,
they'd run a.
Hey, I did some focus groups years ago, and the difference with focus groups is, they'll show you something, and then you get a sheet of paper, and you write down your thoughts about it, or maybe you have some check boxes to check off what you thought about it. But the thing is, you don't go to YouTube to do a focus group, because YouTube is full of wackos. I mean, not that every channel is a wacko, of course, but you know what I'm saying when we talk about the hate channels, and that's true. A lot of them are making money off of hate. So, I mean, there's no reason to go on YouTube and take any of that junk, that garbage seriously. As I said earlier, you should focus on what you're doing, not about what strangers think about your show. If your show hasn't aired yet, the people that are talking about it don't know what they're talking about, so don't listen to them. It's not that difficult to do for a rational adult, but somehow, when we get to shows like the current one, I don't know. I mean, why do they take the stuff on YouTube seriously? Like, I probably at least 90% of it I don't take seriously.
No, they don't listen to the people on the YouTube there, but the problem is too, a lot of the stuff there, they don't talk about a completely different show that they like and all that, but it doesn't go. But if they don't like the show or something, or you get the Dave Collins and the Critical Drinkers there that'll just crap on stuff without saying, with very few stuff without saying what they did like.
Well, I have to
both of those guys do a lot of stuff about what they do like.
I have to defend the drinker because he has done a lot of very positive videos about the good things in the entertainment community. So I think he's more balanced. Like, you know, I could single out one. What's the Gary guy with the beard? Nerdrotic. You know, they just announced the Firefly animation a couple days ago. I think it was Sunday, right? And Nerdrotic was on there yesterday with a video just crapping all over it already. And I'm like, dude, you know, give it a chance. They're not even going to have it on the air until 2028, probably. Like, you know, just shut the fuck up already, nerdy boy. You know, like it's people like that I really cannot respect.
Legitimate. It is more than legitimate criticism, considering who actually owns the property.
I know it's Disney. I know it's Warner Disney or whatever the fuck they're called now. But still, you do have Nathan Fillion running this right now. He has hired a couple of the writers I've seen that wrote the first script. Actually, one of them worked on the Dollhouse project with Joss Whedon. The other one, I think, wrote a number of episodes of Arrow, which I was never a big watcher of that show, but the ones I did watch, I thought were decently written episodes. So I think the showrunner writers he's assembled at this point, they are, you know, they have a promising back record, which I'm not going to write them off until I see, actually see some of their scripts in the real animated show. So I'm not writing it off yet. I mean, it's so easy to be cynical about everything these days. And, you know, sometimes I've been waiting 24 years to hear that Firefly might even, I never expected Firefly to come back in any form. So when they're actually, Nathan Fillion had enough gumption to work his ass off for years and years and years trying to get something going. I respect that. I respect the guy that works hard to try and bring back something that he obviously has a passion for, that he loves. Because I've heard Nathan, you know, in interviews, and I know Firefly was one of the favorite projects he ever worked on. And when they killed it after the 14 episodes, I know himself and the rest of the cast were probably crushed, because they obviously did have a great working relationship. And, you know, I like the show. I don't care what anybody else says. I still think it's one of the great classic sci-fi Western combos, which are both genres I really like. So that's another reason I like the show. But I'm going to wait and see what happens over the next, you know, month by month, see what's going on a year from now. If Disney's, you know, putting in Mary Sue crap and fucking it up, I'll be the first guy to put my hand up and say, oh, fuck, we're fucked. I'll be the first guy to say that if it happens. But until it happens, I choose to remain positive. And anyway, I want to get Gorilla talking about the topic, because we're way off on a tangent here.
Well, let's catch up on chats here. Good characters in a familiar setting and not too repetitive or derivative of other shows. Yeah, don't be a copycat there. And Gorilla will no doubt use that super chat to buy something like Lime Extra Charged Energy. I've never even heard of that there, and I'm not a big Lime fan there. But I've noticed that there's a lot of cherry stuff out there. The cherry syrup must be cheap. Despite Lou Grant making a move from comedy to drama, new shows should not make classic dramas into comedies. Yeah, exactly. Oscar the Grouch watches Starfleet Academy. He loves trash. Nice one, old man bird. Nice one.
Bird.
I think Oscar has better taste than that. And hey, LDG, how's it going? He goes, adults don't watch YouTube, dude.
That's why nobody watches you, right, LDG?
It would help if LDG didn't put his live streams and all this stuff on at 1 a.m.
Oh, fuck.
And delete them right afterwards.
So I guess,
delete-
hey guys, LDG says none of us are adults because we do occasionally watch something on the YouTubes. Wow. Thanks for the insult there, LDG. Really appreciate it there, bud.
Yeah, and Scurvy says, case in point, LDG is watching it. Yeah. If Marvel listens to YouTubers, Mephisto would have been on WandaVision in episode 2. I'm not sure who that is.
Mephisto is basically the devil of Marvel.
Okay.
He's the one who gave Ghost Rider his power.
Oh, gotcha.
I like Ghost Rider. I used to buy the Ghost Rider comics back in the 70s. Those were good comics, man.
Yeah. There are exceptions, Scurvy. Most of the people are not adults. They're either people waiting to be adults or people done being adults. Hey, I've been done being an adult for like a decade here. Growing up or becoming an adult was the worst decision I've ever made.
Yeah, well, you kind of did that to yourself, Mr. Too Lazy to go 5 feet for a condom.
Yeah, just think you could have spent $1 and now you got all those alimony payments to make, Gorilla.
What are you talking about? I already spent the money. Gerb, you're giving me way too much credit. It was more like, you see how far my arm reaches? That's how lazy I fucking was.
Good Lord. Good Lord.
Let's see. There are exceptions, Scurvy, and most of the people are not adults. Oh wait, sorry, LDG couldn't resist. And neck covers most of all of us in the chat. Yeah, yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. Keep laughing. Oh, I will. PvP. Hey, don't pile up on LDG. I already made my side comment. Oh well. Hey, we've always piled on LDG. There.
Hey, come on. Piling up on people is a long-held tradition, Lemon. You know that.
Yeah. And a true adult would not take that as an insult. Thanks for making my point. Correct answer,
I didn't make any point if you're directing that at me. So, and I am a true adult. I have been for a long time. So, well, whatever. Be snotty. Say whatever you want to say. I could really not care less.
Yeah. And as I told Scotty once, I don't come to YouTube to act like an adult. When he said I wasn't excellent. Yeah, exactly. I come to have fun, make inappropriate jokes, and getting everybody to go, did he really just fucking say that?
Yeah, I just want to hang out with people I enjoy and have fun with them. And anybody wants to get snotty, well fuck you.
And welcome, Nemesis meeting. Hail, you beautiful beings. I hope you're doing well tonight. Well, hail to you, Nemesis of Eden.
Hey, Nemesis.
And happy St. Patrick's Day. Wait, it's St. Patrick's Day? Oh, shit. Was I supposed to get drunk?
Happy Green Beer Day.
Was I supposed to get drunk today?
Too late now.
Yeah.
That's okay. You already did. You just forgot.
No. And so I threw a tantrum on another channel earlier, but my point was legit. I want to hear this because Scurvy's always been the one with the good jokes and all that. I want to hear this tantrum.
Okay. What's the channel? What channel, Evan? We want to listen to your tantrum.
Well, he probably wasn't on the I don't know, Scurvy. Did you actually go on the panel on that channel and fucking yell at them? To get you.
I've never seen Lemon on a panel ever. Not once. Never.
Yeah.
And I will say this too. To Gorilla's point about no attack the fan base. Yes, you should not do that. But then again, sometimes the fan base does overreact a little too much, and I will concede this point with my fandom. You know which one I'm talking about. Star Wars fans can be very, very fickle at times with certain actors that play movies, and the most infamous was the Jar Jar Binks actor, and the kid that played the child Anakin in Phantom Menace, from what I hear.
Well, it wasn't because of the kid sci-fi. It was because of the damn movie itself. I paid money to watch that crap in the theater. You may sense I didn't like it. When they really lost me was when they did like the chariot race. Remember what was it, Ben-Hur or whatever, when they did the epic chariot race, which I love. And then they basically copied it in Phantom Menace. And I was like, oh, man, you're ripping off a movie from like the 1950s. Oh, snooze. Hit the snooze button.
Well, PvP, to counter that there, you can take almost anything and go, well, they did this and this show and they ripped it off. You can say that about a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but you usually don't do it so blatantly that, I could notice it in like 10 seconds after the fucking scene started.
I didn't notice it.
It was just
well, yeah, but you're
no thematical.
But you didn't watch Ben-Hur like I have several times when I was a kid and loved it. So that's why I was very aware of it, and maybe you as a younger person were not aware of it as quickly.
Yeah. And hey, JP's going.
Yeah, and I will say this more, that attacking the fan base like on what Gorilla's saying, it also drives us away, because guess what? That fan base buys your products, watches your TV shows, gives you money and all that to keep your stuff going. I mean, the makers of the franchises of Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who, and a few others, those brands, not like it or not, are dead right now. Well, some maybe on less support, but most of them are dead right now. They are.
All the classic franchises are pretty much dead. I'd like to make a quick point, if I may, about fan base, the importance of the fan base. Now, I remember NBC was determined by the end of season 2 of TOS to kill it. They really wanted to kill that show because they weren't getting the ratings they wanted. It was an expensive show for its day, if I remember correctly. And they just wanted to finish it off at the end of season 2. Now, I think it was a lady, if I remember her name correctly, called Bijou Trimble, who started a letter writing campaign to save Trek and get a third season. And the network got flooded with so many letters on the letter writing campaign. They eventually changed their mind and they greenlit the third season. And if we hadn't got that third season, there wouldn't probably have been enough episodes to really justify it going into syndication. And Trek probably would have died at the end of season 2 and nobody ever would have heard of it again. So that's the importance of a fan base that loves something and loves that the show treats them with respect and honors them as the audience. I mean, Roddenberry and, the cast, they knew they were on a hit show. But when they got fan mail, I remember, I think they had secretaries at Roddenberry's office that would even, respond, write some, form letters or whatever. But they try and send. I remember when I actually requested photos, and they actually sent me 3 photos of the cast, which I thought was pretty amazing, actually, to get even a response. But to get 3, photos back, I was very impressed. And that's what happens when you treat your fans well. And I just want to mention another show quickly. Farscape was supposed to get, they thought they were getting 5 seasons. They got canceled at the end of season 4. The fans were not happy because the fans of Farscape are very, very loyal fans. So they started a campaign on the internet because it was internet time then. I think it took about 2 years of fighting on the internet to get Farscape back, and they finally got the miniseries, the Peacekeeper Wars, back after about 2 years, and that wrapped up the plot lines quite well. So that's the thing about a positive fan base that loves the show and respects it, is a positive fan base can save a show from oblivion when it should have gone off, into the dustbin of TV history. That's the difference between the way they treated fans back then and the way they're treating fans now, because fans now are not going to, even if a few of them like this show, they're not going to have enough numbers to try and save it, because nobody's going to care. Nobody's going to care about this stuff, because it's like if you have a relationship with a person, if you treat them well, they'll be loyal. If you treat them like a piece of shit week after week, well, they're probably not going to be around for long. And anyway, that's my point. Back to you, Gorilla, if you're still there.
Yeah, we want to do comments here, so
Go for it.
no, I wasn't on the panel. I'm never on the panels. You should try. You should. I bet you'd be great on the panels there, Screw. You should hop on them sometime. These kids don't remember Ben-Hur. Never even heard of it. What
Really?
What kid?
You never heard one of the great swashbuckling, historical, the Roman Empire kicking the shit out of people movies of all time? God,
Hey, I got a question.
Hey.
What's swashbuckling?
He may be a gorilla, but his brain is a goldfish.
Well,
I know for a fact he has seen Ben-Hur. He just doesn't remember it.
well, I cannot argue with that logic, and I do not remember Ben-Hur at all.
Well,
Yeah.
he probably does remember Ben-Hur over.
I bet
Which one?
I bet there's
Huh?
a porn version of Ben-Hur called Bender Over. I bet there really is. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay, so Nemesis says, I don't see a drinking gorilla's hand. Right here, Nemesis.
Yeah, but that's soda pop. That's kid stuff.
Yeah, well, I'm still
Actually,
drying out for the. I'm still drying out for the vacation.
Yeah, well, I'm trying to drastically cut back myself because I've kind of had enough. I'm kind of getting done with it personally. I think it's just kind of a waste of money and time. So
Let's see. Nemesis said Ben-Hur. We got the PvP and Ben-Hur. Yeah, I want to know about the limit tantrum. Yeah, we're still waiting on that tantrum there, Scurvy. Ben-Hur is the stunning brave feminist version. Let's see. Listen, the fan bases are dead. We could always watch any sci-fi series we love today with either physical or digital. Yeah, exactly. That's why nobody's watching the new stuff there. Not a fan of Farscape, but I am a fan of the Far Side. Okay, cool.
I want to ask Nemesis how much of Farscape have you seen? Because it does take towards the end of season 1 to really get its thing going. Because they're basically world building most of season 1, and even though there's a few great episodes, it really doesn't hit its stride until it gets into season 2.
Yeah. Let's see, Old Man Bird, the absolute legend. How are you doing, bro? And swashbuckling sounds like a sex position. Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought.
No,
I tried that position.
That's where you have a lot of sword fights and well, whatever. But I guess there's no sword fights in Ben-Hur.
Fuck it. Oh, fuck. Now I just got an image in my head I did not need. Fuck. Fuck.
And what's that, Gorilla?
If he says it, we're off the air.
Just think, but Scurvy's talking about sex positions here, and PvP had to bring in sword fights. You put two and two together.
Oh my god.
Okay, I'm going to be back in a minute. I'm going to go. I got to go get a drink out of the kitchen after that.
Well, it is a wrestling contest anyway. If you picture that.
Yeah, and Nemesis says a few episodes, some with Red Planet, not really my jam. Okay, it basically comes down to advertising a stream as doing something than just not doing it. Oh, gotcha. So basically, when I have a whole top set on the stream here, and then people never stay on the damn topic. that upsets you, Scurvy, because I've had that quite a few times.
That is going to be a lot easier when you're cooking, Gorilla.
Yeah, but no, but the next thing is, like, we talk a lot about this on the Waltons there. Everybody knows I'm a huge Ralph Waite fan. There is we could talk about the acting. See, because when we were like watching the Waltons there, I personally point out a lot of times, like, look at Ralph Wade's eyes. Look how he's just emoting with his eyes here. Will Gierke has this little wink thing that he does that's always been good, and they do a lot of acting with their faces there. Where nowadays people think if you're not screaming and yelling and throwing shit and crying, you're not emoting. You said something about it being Botox. There's Jerm. I think we've lost our Shakespearean actors. They don't go to acting school to learn the ways of the Shakespearean acting. They just go to, if they do go take any acting classes, it's just to learn how to fucking scream and yell and cry.
Well, they have no point to learn how to emote with their face because all the teachers are all shot up with Botox. They can't teach it.
I will say this, Gorilla. I took
Once you hit 35, it's all just the Botox.
I will tell you this, Gorilla. I took 2 years of drama classes in high school, so it's mostly you learn everything by yourself or you watch videos about how to do things yourself.
Hey, did you have to pay for that to sit there and watch videos? You can fucking just do that on YouTube.
Hey, that's all college is nowadays.
No, I did not go to college. I took 2 years of drama in high school, and I had to improvise a lot in my drama classes.
Well, you're a kid, so what I did in college, you would have done in high school.
Same thing, basically, huh?
When I was in freaking high school, fucking YouTube just started. It took 25 minutes to load up a 5-minute video.
It
So
sounds like dial up.
Yeah, the AOL or MySpace era, you were Germ, huh?
Yeah, but it comes down to we can always name a lot of the old actors. Like I don't pay attention to like actors and all that. I can't remember much, but I can remember the Charleston Hestons, or you had Charlie Chaplin, or you had Ralph Waits there. How many actors nowadays do you think are going to be remembered for shit versus back in the olden days?
Probably about 90% of them will be forgotten in 20 years, Gorilla. By the way, is this part 3 now? We're talking about actors?
Acting.
Yes. Okay, because you had 1 and we did 2, and now we're on to 3. Okay.
Yeah. I was just we were talking about how they used to act with their eyes, and their facial expressions there. And welcome to Trek Reviewer. Welcome.
Hey there. Oh, yeah. When I look back at actors, I mean, you could go back to the silent era because you mentioned Chaplin. And, I mean, in the silent days, they had to act with their facial expressions and their body movements because they didn't have a voice in the silent era. And that's one reason some of those films still actually stand up today. When you watch them, they're still pretty damn solid films. So, yeah, but, I don't want to go back that far, but I think TV didn't really start to gel until the 1950s, because a lot of the early 50s stuff is kind of crap. But when it started to get into serialized, not serialized, but episodic week in and week out shows, I go back to the 50s Westerns. I think the 50s Western genre, well, it was extremely popular. It pretty much dominated the 1950s. And even some of it survived into the 60s quite well. A lot of those old shows, they still stand up. When you look at the writing, like Have Gun Will Travel, for instance, you had, God, what was the actor's name? I'd have to look it up, but the character he played was called Paladin. And Paladin was a very interesting character because he was basically a mercenary gun for hire. But he would go out and help people that were like downtrodden and needed help as long as he could get it. As long as he'd get paid at the end of the job, he would go and help anybody. And he was university educated. He lived in San Francisco. So he was a worldly person. He was not some dumb cowboy. He was a worldly person. And once again, he was one of those all in black cowboys, so he was going, even in the, mid 50s, he was going against the stereotype, right? And Have Gun Will Travel is a great show. I really highly recommend that show. If you've never given it a watch, give it a watch because it's worth it. And as I mentioned earlier, I think Roddenberry did write some of the scripts for that. And let me see. It's Richard Boone was the actor. Yeah. Probably the best thing he ever did. He was great in that show. But then there's other Westerns. I think they're lesser. Another good one, though, would be, oh, gosh. Trying to think of 50s Westerns. There's the one where has McCain as the main guy, the character, and he moves out to the west to raise his son because he's a widower. His wife has died. He wants to raise his son. So he moves out west because he's bought a homestead out there. And in the first couple episodes, they get burned out by a roving gang that burns down their house. And Rifleman. It's called the Rifleman because he's got a really cool rifle. That it's kind of a character all of its own in a way. Crazy enough, but he's got this great gun. It's like a repeater action rifle, and but he's basically, he's an easygoing person. He doesn't really want to harm anybody, but of course, being a weekly TV show, the bad guys come to him. Eventually, he teams up with the local town's sheriff, and they become a bit of a team. And it was another 5-season show with 168 episodes, so it was extremely popular. And yeah, Chuck Connors was the star, and boy, is he good in that. And once again, the writing is just, maybe there might be the occasional clunker, but out of 160 episodes, there's not too many that I've seen. And it's just good. It once again, it's a show that aired in the 1950s, from 1958, 58 to 63. So it got into the 60s, but it was ahead of its time in that it had a single father raising his son in the Wild West. And I don't know about how many shows you've seen with a single father raising his son, but I haven't seen a whole lot of shows that had that as one of the basic plot threads. So I think it was very, very ahead of its time. I mean, and the thing is, he was a good dad. The son was a good son. The son had manners. He would know how to, follow his dad's instructions. And, so I've kind of gone off on a tangent. Sorry, guys, but there's a lot of early stuff that's really worth checking out. And a lot of people have no idea about it. And that's why I wanted to mention it. But yeah, that's an important thing is good characters. Definitely.
PvP, have you ever heard of the show Wanted, Dead or Alive?
Steve McQueen.
Yeah, because we have, I think, one of the seasons of that show on DVD at my place here. So I've seen the first season of that a few times. And also, there's also the 60s show I Dream of Jeannie. That's a pretty funny show at times.
Well, Wanted Dead or Alive is good. I wouldn't put it up at the level of the other two shows I just mentioned, though, because it is a little more one-dimensional in the sense that Steve McQueen basically goes out and shoots it up every week. And, a lot of the plot lines are not overly complicated. So that's kind of a secondary Western to me. Jeannie, hate to say it, I know Barbara Eden was gorgeous, and Larry Hagman, his early show before he did Dallas. I've watched a number of those. I found it a little too much on the goofy side at times. It was just I can see why millions of people loved that show, but it wasn't really my cup of tea. If I was going to watch a show like that, I'd rather watch something like Bewitched. I found the
Yeah,
writing in Bewitched to be better than Genie, actually.
yeah, and I've seen a few seasons of Bewitched on TV.
Hmm.
And maybe young, but I have seen old TV shows at PvP.
Yeah, Bewitched was a pretty decent show. I mean, it's a comedy. It's a '60s comedy, so you're not getting Shakespeare or nothing. But there's some really great episodes. One of my favorites I remember is there was one where Andorra put a spell on Darren, the husband, where he could only speak in Italian.
Hey, no,
Which
no,
Darren was this?
Oh God, I laughed so much at that episode because he had a business meeting or something the next day, right? And it's like just a nightmare for the poor bastard, right? Because he could not speak English. That made me laugh a lot, that episode.
It's always entertaining to see the animosity between Andor and Darren. But then,
Oh yeah.
I will play a little devil's advocate here. Darren did cause some of those situations with Andor, but then Andor had her share of instances with Darren. It was a back and forth animosity, and they do love each other in that too.
Andorra was just angry that she married a mortal. That was the big sticking point, right? Because she didn't like mortals, basically.
Okay, we gotta get to some of this chat.
Sounds good.
I was just about to do that there. Not you, Gorilla. Since Daniel Day-Lewis retired, who haven't had a great actor who could emote. Well, when did he die? Because we've had maybe one or two, but they're still pretty old there. Let's see. When I was in high school, YouTube was not a thing yet. It was just starting to become a thing when I was in high school. Actually, it was created my freshman year. No, wait.
I don't think so,
It was
girl, because it was created my sophomore year.
No, it's my sophomore year. YouTube was out in 2005. And I was, I was in 8th grade. I was in 8th grade when YouTube started.
Okay, that sounds a little bit more believable because you and I were not in high school at the same time.
Yeah, no, it's 2000. YouTube was created in 2005, and I graduated in 2010.
Yeah, well, German's almost a decade older than you, Gorilla. That's why.
There was no internet when I was in high school.
Yeah.
Oh.
You had newspapers. You had the newspaper and the Telegraph, didn't you, PvP?
Probably the big thing back.
PvP, when you're in high school there, they haven't even fought the Revolutionary War yet.
Thank you for that. Seriously though, the big thing back then were magazines. Magazines were like, I used to just get the rock and roll magazines every month because you had like Cream and oh God, what was the other one? Circus magazine. They would cover all the top bands and do the album reviews every month and lots of insider gossip and photos, and they were great magazines. And back then you could buy them for like $1. Try buying a magazine for $1 these days, guys. Ha ha. Good luck with that, right? So the dominant thing for younger people back then was the magazines, because we would just get all our information from the magazines, basically.
Hey, PvP, to not sound ageist, but what's a magazine, PvP?
No, there's still magazines. There's still magazines at the grocery store. You know that.
I'm just screwing with you, and you know what? I'm playing with you.
The only thing is now they cost like $20 for a crappy magazine. I ain't paying $15 for a magazine. Like, I know inflation's real, but man, that's a little too much.
Well, try Star Wars novels that I bought at Barnes & Noble. Those cost about $10-15 a pop per book.
Yeah. But
Yeah, that's
anyhow,
pretty good.
the Trek reviewer here said two westerns I like are Mackenzie Raiders and Branded. Never heard of them. Andy Griffith.
Branded was a show that Chuck Connors did after the Rifleman ended. Not as good in my opinion, but it was worth a watch.
Okay. And let's see, Andy Griffith. Oh yeah, he's a memorable actor. Bewitched and Hazel are both funny shows from the '60s. I graduated high school in 2003. Ah, gotcha. And magazines.
I'm
Right,
surprised I'm surprised nobody's put out a Trump magazine yet.
Oh well, there is.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh
Trump did publish his own magazine at one point, I believe.
yeah,
Oh wow,
and
didn't hear about that.
there probably is a magazine that covers Trump. It's probably called the Fox News Magazine.
I have no idea.
No, they hate him now.
Make magazines great again.
Well, then make magazines interesting or worth buying. Then
Well, the thing is, they cost like 15 times more than I used to buy them, and probably the content is probably just as badly written as anything else these days.
well, that are probably the only magazines that are worth buying, or the how do I put this YouTube friendly? The adult magazines, if you get my meaning.
I don't even think they have those anymore. They pretty much gone out of business, haven't they? I think Playboy publish this last mag like 20 years ago or something.
They went fully digital like 15 years ago.
Yeah, because I mean,
it was big news. Old Hef had to sell the mansion.
Yeah, and then didn't Hef die, and his was it his daughter that took over the Playboy empire?
I believe so.
Well, the thing with that is like one of the things that went with selling the Playboy Mansion, which I thought was sold for a lot more than that. It only sold for like $300 million, but one of the stipulations for the buying of the Playboy Mansion there was that Hef got to live in there for free until he dies. Then he died. Then he croaked like 3 months later after it sold.
Well, I gotta give credit to Hefner for creating something back in the day when nobody would have even thought about putting out a porn mag in those days. And he I gotta give him credit. He tried to do it classy. Like it's like the old joke is, oh, I just buy it to read the articles. I remember that joke, right? But he was kind of ahead of his time. Did very well for a number of years. I remember Playboy magazine was probably a huge seller for decades. But then when the internet came out and all the porn went online and a lot of it was free, people just stopped subscribing to Playboy, and it started its downward spiral, as they say. Anyway, are we back to TV at some point?
So what's your next point, Gorilla, before you fall asleep or before you start wrapping it up?
I'm not falling asleep. I'm not falling asleep here at all.
Sure.
So what's the next one? What's the next one after actors?
Well, another thing that and hey Daniels, how's it going? But one of the things I noticed is, you ever notice that they're spending like they're spending shit tons of money. Like back in the day, you got told, hey, your budget's $20 million. Do not fucking go over the budget. And sometimes they would, but and sometimes they wouldn't. Wouldn't, But now it's like they got unlimited money, and I almost guarantee you that a lot of that money there is being embezzled. And embezzled there with all these special effects. I was like, oh, we got to go to Gibraltar to film this one scene. scene there. I was like, you cannot what? Can't you recreate that in the lab at all?
Yeah. Studio execs haven't realized exactly how cheap it is to do some of these effects, especially with AI. So certain studios and studio heads hire a bunch of producers and give the producers a whole lot of money, and then you see jack shit on screen. And
That's
the
probably
studio heads are none the wiser because, I don't know how much this shit cost. It cost $20 million for 5 minutes worth of CGI in 2005. It must cost even more now.
Yeah. But now they don't even do practical effects anymore. It's all CGI anymore. Like we had some great special effects. Like look at the Invisible Man there, where they turned the man invisible by just painting him black and having a black screen.
No, they even need to do that. They just don't film them.
thing is, it goes
Well-
back to the lack of talent, because when practical effects were the only thing available before CGI, there was a lot of great practical effects visual artists that knew how to pull that stuff off and do it well and do it right. And that's kind of a dying art form now, because a lot of those guys have died off, and sadly, I'm sure there are still probably younger people that have done practical effects in some movies in the last decade, but I'd have to think about it for a while. But it's really kind of died out, which is unfortunate, because I still think practical effects, when they're well done, are still superior to anything digital.
Yeah. No, but Jeremy, they needed to do that black screen there. It's like when they're unwrapping the bandages, they still needed him in the that bandages have the form there, so they just painted it black. They did a black screen.
Yeah, but the primary was just hovering like wire props for like eyeglasses and hats.
Well, no, I'm talking about when they like unwrap the bandages from around him and stuff.
And Trek Reviewer, Teague has seen those photos. We had to trank them for about a week.
Well, let's go. And yeah, we said hi to Daniel. Let's go on, Daniel. It's going okay. And don't tell Teague, but one time I looked up pictures of Linda Park and dudes came up. I thought I did. I looked that up too. I didn't find any. And hey, JPRH1, how's it going?
They are fake, Gorilla. But they're very nice fakes.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why I keep rhino darts around, and they're not just for you.
Yeah. Well, welcome, JPRH1. Welcome. Good. Hey, folks. And Alex Kurtzman wants to do Star Trek Year 1 with Paul Wesley as Captain Kirk. I got a bad feeling about this. Well, he sucked as Captain Kirk there. And thank you Daniel, for a sub in there. He goes,
Yeah.
wow, well. So,
Daniel, they're not getting that show. I can guarantee they're not getting that show. Kurtzman right now is just throwing all the shit he can against the wall on the off chance he gets something to stick, and to try to legitimize the lawsuit he's already preparing against Sundance Paramount for wrongful termination. So even if they go to the letter of the contract, he's going to sue for wrongful termination because he wants to try to get the rights to his version of Star Trek so he can go peddle it up against what Paramount makes later on.
There's also a new rumor going around today about how they may just outright cancel season 2 of Starfleet Academy. If not,
I highly doubt that.
If not, then you and Tig are gonna have a lot of material to cover season 2, which will probably make you go brain dead.
Didn't they already film season 2 like 6 months ago?
It's already filmed. All Kurtzman Trek is already filmed that he has contract and he is permitted to make. So that's 1.5 seasons of Strange New Worlds and 1 season of the Starfleet Academy. The most accurate theory I have heard so far is that Paramount Skydance is contractually obligated to show everything that he's permitted to make. Because if he is terminated 1 second early, he gets a huge payout and he walks away with ownership of the new Trek license.
God, he's such an asshole, that guy.
That's why no matter what happens, he is going to sue for wrongful termination so he can try to get that license.
He's one of the most selfish pricks I've ever seen in the entertainment business.
He's also
He
a
couldn't give
hack.
a well. He doesn't give a fuck about anything except his own fucking two-cent ass. He's a con man. He's a shyster.
Well, that plus he's a political activist now on PvP.
Oh, fuck
He
him.
always was.
Fuck all these. I'm tired of all these political entertainment celebrities coming out, and I don't want to know your fucking political opinions, people. I don't care. Most of these people I haven't even heard of half of them. They're just little tiny people that I bet most people have never heard of them now, and in 10 years they will be almost forgotten completely.
Let's see. Aaron Gorales. Who I don't know who Aaron is. Like Alex Gruber trashes and tears down the sets of Picard season 3, where we can't get Star Trek Legacy with 709 as captain. However,
We're never
Crispin
getting
gives
that.
us his hard to watch Starfleet Academy.
We were
I don't
never
know why-
getting that. Literally, the only person on Earth who thought that was a good idea was Kurtzman. Jerry Ryan was never signed up for that.
You know, Daniel, you really need to give your head a shake and quit believing in this crap, because it's crap. Nobody wants to see this crap, Daniel.
Well, that plus from what I hear from Picard and when they had 709, they totally destroyed her character, basically.
I thought all the characters were destroyed. I mean, Crusher gunning people down with a phaser. Not the Beverly Crusher I remember as the doctor that wanted to heal people in Next Generation. Totally 100% different than her original character. And when Worf killed the Ferengi was armed with a butter knife, you know, do you think Worf would have beheaded an opponent with a butter knife in Next Generation? I highly doubt. I think that would have gone way against his Klingon warrior ethics to basically behead a defenseless individual. Because let's face it, you know, when he's got a bat left and his enemy has a butter knife, there's not a hell of a lot of a competition there. We pretty much know who's going to win that.
Yeah, well,
that's when I gave up. I watched like the first half of Picard 3. I gave up after I watched that. I was like, no, that's not the Worf I know.
Yeah, and you know what? I'll just come out and say it. Well, maybe Worf was expecting the Ferengi to butter his buns.
Oh.
And let's see. The Trek reviewer says, I just hope Teague does delicate Sydney Sweetie, LOL. Yeah, we just seen her tits in the Housemate here not too long ago. We watched that on the channel. And
yeah, I'm preparing for. Me and Sean are preparing for DESCON 4 when Teague finds out there's a nude scene in that movie.
Yeah. Let's see. I hear that was Crispin who hated Picard season 3 because he was not involved with it, and Picard season 3 was successful, whereas Trash Trek is not. Crispin is butthurt.
From what I hear,
He is a little butthurt, but he was a little more involved than people like to think. He wasn't directly making it, but he had tacit oversight. and B, Picard 3 was not successful. Only compared to seasons 1 and 2 can it be in any way, shape, or form considered not horrible.
Yeah, and the Star Trek fans, they ate that up. They say season 3 was the best of Picard. Like, really, well, compared to the shit that the season 1 and 2 was, yeah, it is perfect.
Well, that's the thing. When you start from 0 and you go up to 20%, that's still shit.
Yeah.
Never fooled me, I'll tell you that. I'm amazed I even gave it a chance because everybody was saying, "Oh, this is pretty good." I was like, "Okay, I broke down. I'll give it a fucking chance." And I watched 5 episodes, and I was like, "No, it's not good."
There's a lot of people that initially said, "Oh, this is better than I thought. It's actually good." They're getting distracted by the jangling member berries.
Oh, they just
look,
want
it's the old crew. Oh, look, it's the old ship. Oh, look, 7 and 9, and then
it was
give them a few
nostalgia.
months.
It was
Yeah.
nostalgia, basically.
Yeah, nostalgia is a hell of a drug, but eventually it does wear off, and you realize the member berries they just fed you were complete shit.
And I will say this: I don't let nostalgia blind me to how bad good a movie it is from a franchise I love. I don't let nostalgia blind me.
Here, let's see. Trek Revere says, "How about the one thing Troy used her abilities to repress Riker's grievings for his son? Well, she is a psychologist and she would know that talking about things is supposed to help grieving."
Yeah, they forgot that she was actually a psychiatrist, just like they forgot her and Riker had a telepathic connection, and she would have instantly found out that guy she was banging for, 2 months was actually a changeling.
Wait, Riker was a changeling? I don't remember that.
At one point, he was replaced by a changeling in Picard.
Okay.
So have we completed your list of things to talk about for TV, Gorilla?
Let's see. We talk about the overbudgeting, the acting, the attacking the fan bases there, and then the storytelling there. Pretty much there. Let's see. PvP. Worf was always going to be like that. Worf was the last bit in addition to the TNG crew because the writers thought that TNG was going to be super dull to watch. They added word to add action. Worf to add action.
No, Worf was not always going to go around killing enemies that had a butter knife. That's crap. Sorry, Daniel. That's bullshit.
He was supposed to be the muscle, but
Worf. Well,
the way they wrote him, especially with Tasha there, he was the muscle to make people look strong. So it involved him getting his ass kicked.
And then when Tasha got killed off at the end of season 1, Worf basically became the security dude. And that's when he started to become interesting as a character because he didn't have to be second fiddle to Tasha Yar anymore. There's no fucking... Worf prided himself on his ethics as a Klingon warrior. Worf was not going to go in and attack some pussy with a butter knife. Worf would train on the holodeck from some of the holographic programs that were really, really hardcore opponents that he, could almost actually lose to. No fucking way Worf is going to kill somebody with a fucking butter knife. Jesus, Daniel.
Worf had a code of ethics he followed to not kill someone by accident.
It was the Klingon warrior's code of honor, basically.
Yeah, but let's continue with these chats.
Yeah, let's go to another chat.
Worf was going to be the one killing bad guys, and
Yeah, we just did that.
Antagonist, but Roddenberry prevented it. I'd much rather watch DePaul getting the decontamination rundown at 1/4 playback speed. Swing. No. You gotta do the butt crack scene now with Trip there in their quarters. Let's see here plays Tasha Yar, who I prefer to watch. Well, fucking, what's her face when she left at season 2, episode 7 or something like that in what the fuck was the title of that episode? Arvis or what? Well, Arvis was
season 1.
Was it season?
Yeah, it was.
Make it past season 1.
It was about 3 seasons before season 1 ended. 3 episodes. Because there was what? There was the
like episode 21 and episode 22, something like that.
Well, there was the one where there was a conspiracy episode with the alien insects taking over the Federation. And wasn't the last one where they woke up some frozen people from like 2021 in a hibernation ship or something? And that was pretty funny because the one guy was into like banjo music and he sort of befriended Data, and that was a lot of laughs, that episode. Or was it the one with the Romulans right at the end too? I think of that.
That's the same one.
Yeah. So yeah, Tasha died like a couple episodes before the end of the first season, Gorilla.
Let's see. Tasha Yar died in the first season of Star Trek: The Next Generation, but her legacy would do her surprise. Blah blah blah. Skin of Evil. That's the episode. So look up Skin of Evil.
Yeah. Plus, from what I hear, the actress later regretted being killed off in season 1. She wanted to be brought back, and that's why they created the Romulan commander character for her.
Yeah.
Well, they brought her back.
One of the reasons why they wrote her in prominently into yesterday's Enterprise.
Yeah, yesterday's Enterprise. Yeah.
Yeah, 23rd episode. Okay, I thought it was season 2, like episode 7 or something. Wait, that's Q. He ate it. Never mind. Okay.
Well, the mistake in Denise Crosby, like, she was like, "Oh, I'm not getting enough airtime. Oh, they're not writing enough about my character." And she was basically bitching and moaning, and she wanted out of the show, and so the writers, they wrote her out of the show by killing off her character permanently, pretty much. So, biggest career mistake she ever, because she went on to do shitty movie after shitty movie after that. Her career was never the same.
Yeah. Well, they gave her what you call a fuck you death.
Yeah, it's like when they killed Henry off at the end of season 3 in MASH with the helicopter getting shot down, right? It was like a fuck you death.
Well, that was theirs. That wasn't
that
so
was
bad.
Meant more for impact.
Yeah, but
such a funny and lovable character, and then the realization that, hey, this isn't just fun and games. This is a war. Henry never made it home.
No, it's one of the classic episodes, but McLean Stevenson did want to be out of the show. And that was another career killer for him.
Yeah, but chat's really take it off here. Let's see. Tasha got blobbed, right? Yeah, she's the one that. No, he didn't even golf her. He zapped her with lightning or some stupid shit like that, if I remember correctly. I haven't watched Skin of Evil in years.
Oh, there was some kill shot. Remember she had that black patch on her head when they took her to the medical bay, and the Crusher could not revive her.
Yeah. I would rather they just transfer Tasha when Crosby wanted to leave the series, and then bring her back with Shelby and Admiral Hansen in Best of Both Worlds. At least that's how I would have done it. No, when she said she's getting out, okay, and because she left, I'm not gonna be saying yes, baby. I want more than you. I want more than you. She was bitching at the producers, so they made the writers write a fuck you death in for her.
It wasn't so much a fuck you death. It was we got all this already made, but we got to rat her out. Here's a good spot to stick it. because her relationship with the cast and pretty much everyone on that show afterwards was very amicable. That's why they brought her back so many times. You still there, Gorilla?
Gorilla.
Do you have the sleeping music lined up, Germ?
Oh,
Again,
nope,
because
he
he left.
He's either he crashed or his internet did.
Yeah,
All right,
we'll
well-
go through the rest of these chats.
Go for it.
But her boobs are bob cut. Will remain in my memory. Thanks forever. Her boobs and bob cut. Yeah, T'Pol's bob cut, and well, when you actually got the real one, because she wore that damn cage thing on her chest the first season and a half.
Sorry, everything froze up on me here. Same old man Bird, and they would have had OnlyFans back then. She'd have been just fine, right, Nemesis? I don't think she would have made as much as people think they would there. And that's the point. I would have had made Data the second officer / records officer and moved Tasha to operations. Tasha was operations.
She's
the
tactical.
officer. Yeah, she's the tactical officer.
Data was ops.
Yeah. I would have been a subscriber OMB. Yeah. Nah, I wouldn't spend money on that. I'm also a cheap bastard. And that was the final season of season one, the neutral zone, where the Enterprise deep found the satellite from the 80s. They found 3 people alive and brought them back to the Enterprise. Anyway, great episode. Yeah, that would have been I'm thinking of a different episode. Yeah, that's the neutral zone. And from what I've heard, Crosby still gets along with everyone, including Rick Berman.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought she's the one that. I thought he was the one that she kicked in the nuts on the way out the door.
I've never seen anything that there is any bad blood with anybody. That's why they're all more than happy to bring her back. She's actually one of the more popular ones on the convention circuit.
Well, she probably makes some money off of the convention, so that doesn't surprise me. She's probably happy to sign fan photos for a couple of bucks, I would think.
Yeah.
Oh, she's still going to. She's still going to conventions.
Once again, though, that's my point about being good to your fan base. Treat your fans with respect, and they'll come to your convention and they'll pay some money to get your autograph. Like, it's like, duh. It works both ways, right? You know, you respect the fans respect you. Everybody's happy. A mutual, a little bit of corporate capitalism happening here, and it's all good.
Yeah, that's what the Chekhov actor tries to when he talks to the younger Star Trek actors. Tries to impress them that this isn't just an acting job. You're going to have income on the convention circuit if you're a good, memorable, likable character, and you don't shed on people. You can have a decades-long run on the convention circuit like he has.
Yeah, I imagine Walter Koenig is still making bucks from the fans. Yeah,
that's been his main source of freaking income since the Star Trek 6.
Yeah. Yeah, well, probably a lot of them are. It's those little projects like fan conventions that are keeping them going.
Yeah. All he does is sign a few Chekhov signatures, one or two Bester signatures, and he's good.
Yeah, I loved him as Bester in Babylon 5. He 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 did that. They did really good with that character there with having that Bester character.
Yeah. Well, it was written specifically for him because there was an earlier episode. I think it was the Soul Taker that he was originally signed up for. He wasn't able to do it, so they invented another character. Supposed to be a one-off, but it got popular, so he came back.
Oh, so he wasn't even supposed to be. So he's supposed to be the Soul Taker, but why
I
did he
think-
get the job?
I think it was the Soul Taker. Or Soul Hunter. There was some one-off role that he was in line to get. Something happened as like a scheduling or some other weird thing that he wasn't able to do it, or it went to somebody else. So they invented another role with him in mind because they wanted to get him on the show. And it worked out a lot better than anyone ever thought it would.
I did watch an interview from him. From what he said, he had a heart attack where he cannot play that character in that episode you're talking about, Jeremy. So the creators had to wait for him to recover from the heart attack, and they wrote the best character to put him on the show.
Yeah, that must have been what it was. Yeah, I forget exactly what it was that kept him out of the role, but then Bester was made just for him.
And he was a recurring character for, 15 episodes, was it? I haven't seen the show, but I've had to guess somewhere around there, right?
That sounds about right. Maybe a little less.
But then again, you were alive then to watch Babylon 5, so you must know more than me, Jerm.
Oh, yeah, I watched the last 3 seasons as they aired on TNT or TBS. It really depended on what season it was.
Trek Reviewer says, I would like to see how Tasha would have gotten along with Brian, Barkley, Pulaski, and Ensign Rowe. That could have been interesting, but I think it's a good place to wrap it up here. I'm getting tired and I'm hungry. I didn't eat supper yet. But I did start that new channel here, Cooking with Gorilla. I need 50 subscribers before I can go live, so expect a lot of shorts. You'll probably see some repeats in there and stuff. So, sit there. What do you got going on?
All right, all your viewers and chatters that know me, don't know me. I'm the sci-fi historian. I cover different sci-fi TV shows or movies, and I cover lore of characters and all that. I did my watch parties on Wednesday, 6 p.m. Pacific time with my co-host, Toby Supfort. He usually is. And I do my live streams on my main channel, Historian, on Saturdays between 2 and 4 p.m. Pacific time. I try to upload a new video on my main channel towards the end of the basic on the beginning of next week. And I do have another channel called Alt War Sorcerer Dan. That one I cover Japanese anime or cartoons in general. And we're in the middle of season 2 of Shield Hero. I did the watch parties there on Fridays, 8 p.m. Pacific time after those Walton streams usually. And beyond that, every new Watchmen, I watch our curses and make my content for you guys. Hopefully make a few dollars off YouTube. And to help PvP before he falls asleep too, what do you do, PvP? Do you do music or do you appear other people's live streams to help give you a little promotion to help you a little bit?
Well, it's kind of both. Still, the music channel has got all the content. Haven't added too much lately because I've had other stuff going on. But there's tons of music on there. Anybody who wants to check it out. And of course, I do come on panels like Gorillas, and when you're doing your Saturday sci-fi streams, I would usually join your panel whenever you're on there. So, and probably a few other people too that I probably won't mention because I don't know if they'd want me to mention them. But yeah, so nothing too exciting going on in this neck of the woods, really.
All right, Jeremy, you're up.
This Saturday, in honor of the great William Shatner's birthday on Sunday, the Saving Star Trek pre-show watch party will be covering Gamesters of Triskelion. And we have on Monday Godzilla versus Mothra. And as for Sunday, we're dropping that whole Marshall thing. That show did not work out.
All right, thank you. As for me, idea that need cooking channel, you need 50 subscribers for that. But then we'll have the Silverback Lounge on Tuesday or on Thursday. Friday will be the Waltons review. We're just gonna redo season 6, episode one there, since everybody was having so many technical difficulties on that one. Might as well just redo it.
Okay.
And then on Sunday, we'll be watching the series of unfortunate events, The Miserable Mill. So that's like, are we wrapping up? Yes, we are. March 6th will also be my 39th birthday as well. Well, happy birthday, Daniel. Happy birthday. So that everyone have a good night, and just remember.
Look, here's the thing.
Fine. Listen,
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Oh, and I forgot to mention also, thank you very much, Scurvy and Old Man Bird, for those super chats. That's very generous of you guys. Thank you very much. There.